It's 2:47 a.m. and you're sitting in a tow truck 3 houses down from a quiet cul-de-sac, engine off, headlights off, watching a single porch light for any sign of movement. Somewhere inside that house is a car you're here to take. Somewhere inside that house is also a person who's about to wake up to find it gone. 6 months ago, you didn't even know this job existed. You were behind on your own bills, scrolling job listings at midnight, when an ad caught your eye. Recovery agent wanted, no experience necessary, pay per vehicle. You didn't know yet that recovery agent was just a polite way of saying repo man. Your first day, you don't drive anything. You just ride along with Denny, a guy who's been doing this for 11 years, and talks about repossessing cars the way other people talk about fishing. He shows you the basics. The GPS tracker app that pings a car's last known location, the plate reader mounted on the truck's dashboard that flags vehicles in default the second you drive past them, and the rule that matters more than any of it: never touch the car if the owner is standing next to it. That's not repossession anymore. That's a fight waiting to happen. By week 2, you're running solo jobs. Your first repo by yourself is almost embarrassingly easy. A car sitting alone in an apartment parking lot at 4 a.m., nobody around, hooked up and towed away in under 90 seconds. You get paid $200 for that one job, more than you used to make in a full shift at your old hourly job. For a moment, this feels like the easiest money you've ever made. The grind sets in fast. Most nights blur together. Drive past addresses on a list, look for the car, hook it up if it's there and clear, move on if it's not. You start learning the unwritten rules. Never repo a car with a kid's car seat still strapped in the back without checking first. Never argue with someone in their pajamas at 3 a.m. And always have an exit route planned before you get out of the truck. Then you get a job that doesn't feel easy. The car is a 10-year-old minivan parked outside a single-story rental house, toys scattered across the front lawn. You run the plate. 3 months behind, final notice already sent. You hook up the van anyway. That's the job. But as you're pulling away, a woman runs out onto the porch in scrubs, still in her work shoes, screaming for you to stop. You don't stop. You're not allowed to. But you watch her in the rearview mirror for blocks longer than you need to. That night, you make $250. You don't feel like celebrating. Mind you why the job exists at all. You repo a car from a man who bought it knowing he couldn't afford it, who screams that you're stealing his property, conveniently forgetting the 4 months of missed payments that brought you to his driveway in the first place. Some debts you take with a knot in your stomach, others you take without blinking. Then comes the job that changes how you see all of it. A truck, parked behind a house with supposedly 2 dogs in the yard, except the GPS data is wrong and there are no dogs. There's a man sitting on the porch steps in the dark who's clearly been waiting. As you hook up his truck, he walks up holding a tire iron, not swinging it, just holding it, asking very calmly what you think you're doing. You finish the hookup with your hands shaking, get in the truck and drive away without ever looking back to see if he followed. You call Denny that night. He doesn't seem surprised. Happens eventually to everybody who stays in this long enough, he says. Question is whether it happens once or whether it becomes normal. You ask him how many times it's happened to him. He doesn't answer the question. He just tells you to be careful out there, the way people say it when they actually mean it. You start doing the math you'd been avoiding. Some weeks you clear $1,500 for maybe 20 hours of actual work, genuinely good money for the hours. Other weeks, after a slow stretch with nothing to repo, you make less than you did at your old job, with all the risk and none of the safety net. There's no health insurance, no backup if a car you're towing turns out to have an angry owner with a gun in the glove box. The pay is real, but so is what it's pricing in. You start setting your own rules, the ones nobody trained you on. No jobs after 1 a.m. unless someone rides with you. No repos from addresses where dispatch notes mention prior aggressive behavior, no matter how much the bonus pays. No vehicles with car seats until you've actually confirmed, in person, that nobody's home. You turned down 2 well-paying jobs in 1 month because something about the address felt wrong, and you'd rather lose the bonus than lose more than that. Denny tells you that's how you survive this job long-term, not by being fearless, but by knowing exactly which jobs aren't worth what they pay. A year in, you've repossessed just under 200 vehicles. You've been threatened 4 times, chased twice, and reported to police once by someone who was, it turned out, 3 states away from being right about anything. You've also paid off your own debt, built a small savings cushion for the first time in your adult life, and learned more about how fragile most people's financial situations are than you ever wanted to know. You still think about the woman in Scrubs sometimes? You don't know what happened to her after that night, and some part of you is glad you don't. This job was never going to let you fix anything. It just let you see, up close, how thin the line really is between people who are fine and people who are 3 missed payments away from not being fine at all. If you're still doing this job in another year, it won't be because the money stopped mattering. It'll be because you finally figured out the actual skill nobody mentions in the job ad, knowing exactly when walking away from a car is worth more than getting it.